In this recording, I wanted to address the skeptics who will probably pop up on my channel at some point. I've been doing a lot of link posting ever since the incident with Steven. I think his name is Steven. Ever since that happened, I've been trying to sort of use that as an opportunity to bring awareness to gang stalking. So some of you may know this. Someone offered to do an interview with me, and I've been kind of on the fence as to whether I should do it. To be honest, I don't really have a problem doing an interview. I simply don't understand what possible motivations the person could have for wanting to do the interview in the first place. So I don't really see the point of it, to be honest. I could do it if the gang stalking community, all the TIs, if they think it's a good idea, I'll do it. I mean, I think that there has to be some sort of purpose or point of doing an interview outside of allowing these guys to viciously attack me, which is probably what's going to happen. So basically, I can understand why a person would be skeptical, and I don't damn a person for having doubts. This is a pretty fantastic story. I mean, I would be the first to admit that. This is a pretty fantastic story. I mean, of course it is. Even I had a hard time believing it, to be honest. I mean, it took years for me to accept it. Even the shit, I was seeing it with my own eyes. You think that I immediately just jumped to the conclusion that there was this grand conspiracy to oppress me? I mean, of course I didn't just immediately jump to that conclusion. It took a mountain of fucking evidence to convince me. A mountain of fucking evidence. So after basically having all this evidence in front of me, I was forced to just reach the conclusion that this shit was happening. So for the skeptics out there, it took me an incredibly long time and a mountain of evidence to accept the truth, but it's the truth. So I just wanted to remind any skeptic that my conclusions are based off of evidence. Okay, hard, concrete, video evidence. You can't deny the facts. You can't deny the evidence. So you got to look at it from our perspective. Put yourself in our shoes. Something happens to you, crazy or not, and you record it because that would make sense for you to do that. So after you've done that, and you've recorded it multiple times, regardless of what it is. Let's assume that somebody was stealing from you or whatever, and you recorded it. And because it didn't seem likely that that could happen, everybody basically doubted you, and you made you case to these people that it was recorded, so there shouldn't be any doubt. But they still doubted you. How would you feel about that? Especially if you took it to court. Like you took it to court and you provided evidence that would convict anyone really in any court anywhere. So you provided all the evidence. Well, at that point, wouldn't everybody just have to accept the fact that it happened, regardless of how insane it sounds? So I think the point I'm making is that since I have evidence, hard, concrete evidence, I don't think that anyone should doubt it at this point. I think that's what I'm saying. So it's not like it's my word against your word. I'm backing my shit up with hard evidence. Okay, so that's it. Like, what else is there to say? I mean, if you can see it with your own eyes, it happened. So I don't really get why I have to do an interview, I think is what I'm saying. And I've covered possible theories. I kind of feel like I could address every question that the interviewer is going to throw at me without actually doing the fucking interview. This is what you're working with. The unlikeliness that this shit could happen, and some shit that some fucking therapist or some shit said. Okay, you think that I don't know about that shit? I've researched this shit. I know that everybody's discrediting it. Everybody's saying it's some sort of delusion or something. Look, it's not a delusion if I can prove it. It's not a delusion if I can record it, okay? So I don't give a fuck what they say. It doesn't matter. These will be the same people who are fucking operating within the fucking government, or we don't know what the fuck is going on. And I never claimed to have all the fucking answers. Like, if you go back and you look at my vlogs, we don't have the answers. How could you expect us to have the answers if a crazy psycho or something decides to just clock you upside your fucking head for no reason? Do you have to justify why he did it? Do you have to tell the cops that that this shit happened and you don't know why? Or explain why he did what he did in order to get a conviction. So for this guy and for other people like him, if a crime was committed against you and you recorded it, or some sort of surveillance recorded it, and because the crime was crazy, or someone did something batshit crazy, or a group of people did something crazy, and no one really knew why they did it. No one knew why they did it. Would that fucking detract? Would that detract from your case? Would they say that even though they saw the person do it on video, they don't believe he did it? So the point is that I've recorded it, so it's fucking happening is the point. I don't get where this guy's coming from. So you want to say that they've done all this research and everybody basically thinks that it can't happen, and this is some sort of shared delusion. So let me tell you something that they're not going to tell you. All gang stalkers, including the guy who committed the shooting, are sharing the same experiences. We all experience the same shit. Okay, so when you deal with delusional people, they usually live within their own delusions. Okay, like their delusion is basically catered to their psyche, like whatever. It's unique to each individual. For you to say that tens of thousands of people are all experiencing the exact same thing and it's some sort of delusion is ridiculous. I don't give a fuck what those fucking people are trying to say, because these people are probably involved in the operation. The conspiracy is huge. These people could kill you. They could do anything. It's just like with the fucking guy who got wasted in jail, and we don't know. The fact is, all the facts saying that they wasted the son of a bitch in jail. Okay, but whatever. You can believe whatever the fuck you want. The point is that I have proof. I'm not just saying this shit. I'm backing it with evidence. Is the point. Okay, I could fucking make recordings every fucking day. So your argument is going to be that some fucking psychologist or whatever, some well-known psychologist who's probably either in the know or he's ignorant, basically comes out and says, well, this is probably a delusion. Well, yeah, if you didn't have any proof, if you could prove it, of anybody, any normal person who was not in the know would assume that motherfucker would say the same thing about any fucking conspiracy, even the ones that have been proven. So MK Ultra was fucking happening, and basically it was the same scenario. All the shit that fucking Snowden leaked, if you had told them that shit, they wouldn't have believed that either. It was only after the government came out and admitted it that people started to believe it. If the government doesn't come out and admit it, nobody believes it. But that's not to say they're not doing shit, because they've done shit in the past. Oh, this is not the first fucking time we've had a conspiracy like this. Fucking President Clinton basically comes out and apologizes for doing some sort of experimentation on U.S. citizens. So, regardless of what the fucking those fucking crackpot fucking therapists or psychologists put on the fucking internet for you to read in order to dupe you, regardless of that, I'm telling you, this shit is happening, and I'm backing it up with fucking evidence, okay? This is evidence that is fucking irrefutable. I record the gang stalkers when they do shit, and all you have to do, if you want to know what they do, is watch my fucking videos. That's why I made the channel. That's why I don't understand why this guy wants to fucking do an interview. I was like, look, man, if the videos cannot convince you that this shit is real, then nothing that I say is going to convince you. If your followers aren't convinced by about 110 fucking gang stalking videos, do you really believe they're going to be convinced by any fucking thing that I tell them? So it seems like just a waste of time for me to go onto your fucking podcast and do a fucking interview, because what exactly will that accomplish for us? How is that going to help Steven? How is that going to help me? How is that going to help the thousands of other victims? We don't have to explain why criminals do what they do, okay? It's not our responsibility to explain why they decided to commit crimes against us. That's not our responsibility. You don't have to explain why the criminal broke into your fucking house in order to get justice. All you have to do is prove it. So you're not even being fair. 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 You're not even And I think everybody knows you're not being fair. That's why nobody's taking you seriously. You don't come onto a person's channel and have them and look at their evidence and then turn around and put them on the defensive, okay? My evidence speaks for itself. I don't have to say shit. I didn't even have to do the vlogs. If I wanted to prove gang-stalking was real, all I had to do was post the evidence on the internet, and it's been proven, okay? I don't need some fucking crackpot criminal psychologist or whatever to tell me what's happening when I've proven it. That's why my attitude is what it is. That's why I'm not really in a hurry to just like jump on your fucking channel and start trying to make an argument. You have only really two talking points. You can say that you read somewhere that the fucking some psychologist, some crackpot psychologist who may or may not be involved in the fucking operation himself basically said that it's some sort of delusion and the people are crazy. Oh yeah, I get that. That's exactly what I would expect them to say. But you're forgetting something. The fact is, I have over 100 videos that can't be explained, so you're forgetting that part. With evidence, it's no longer it's not longer some sort of fucking delusion, because I'm backing it up with fucking evidence. So like I said, it's not our responsibility. It's not our responsibility to explain the behavior of criminals or why they decided to victimize us or why they do what they do. Who knows? Who fucking knows? Who cares? If you believe in God, this becomes a lot simpler. I'm assuming that you're an atheist or agnostic. You don't believe in God, so it's going to be a lot more complicated. You don't believe in God, that's your problem. You don't believe in God, he's real. As far as I'm concerned, he's real. And demons and all this other shit, okay? All that shit's real, and that explains it in itself. But I can't convince you that God exists, so I'm not going to bother trying. So you're not going to believe God exists, and you're not going to believe the evidence, so you're not going to believe anything. So since you're not going to believe anything, why would I waste my time getting on your channel and arguing with you? That's why I'm not going to do it. I mean, I might do it. But I can already tell you what your argument is going to be. I mean, how do you fight the facts? How do you fight the videos? You can't fight the fucking evidence. The only thing you can do is basically say that it was written somewhere. Some psychologists are the psychologists that Dave's talking to about that, like the ones on Vice are the ones that are, I don't know, the ones who address this, who are probably involved in the conspiracy themselves, have basically just come out and said that these people are delusional and you're going to take their word for it. Well, you could take their word for it, but they're full of shit, okay? So the point being is that the psychologists themselves won't address the videos, and just like you, they can't explain the videos. Why don't you run it through the psychologists who are saying that? Why don't you have them explain the videos, and we could do it like that? So the point is that I have evidence. You're not taking my word. This is not a quote unquote trust me bro moment. Am I just saying trust me bro? Is that what I'm saying? Is that the evidence? No, I have 100 fucking videos. I can make a video every day. Every day. You'll see with your own fucking eyes. These videos are not explainable. Just yesterday, they locked me out of the goddamn fucking Taco Bell and it was fucking open. So you want to explain that? You want to explain the elevator going up and down by itself and no one in the fucking building? You want to explain this shit? This guy fucking killed people because nobody believed him, and he fucking killed people because nobody believed him. That's fucked up. He was an innocent fucking guy taking care of his family, and you're gonna just throw his fucking life away and make it so that, you know what I'm saying, he's some sort of monster in the eyes of basically every human being on this fucking planet now, when he was the victim the whole time, which makes you kind of a piece of shit in my fucking opinion. But I'm assuming that you know the truth. If you don't know the truth, then you're just ignorant. But the point is that I don't see the purpose of doing an interview when I have evidence. Would you have to go through this much trouble if it were you and somebody committed a crime against you simply because you couldn't explain the motives of the criminal? It's just not fucking fair. And I think the TIs are getting tired of being treated unfairly. Even after we produce evidence that is basically irrefutable, that is good enough to convict anybody in any court of any crime, you guys still come onto our channel, still argue with us, still doubt us. You do all this shit because it seems like you yourself or people like you are involved in the operation, which is why you're so intent on discrediting us in spite of the fact that we have evidence to back up our claims. That's why I'm not going to play the game your way or anyone else's way. And that's not saying that I don't, that I don't like, want to do the interview or whatever. I just don't see the point of doing the interview, okay? It's been proven. Everything that has to be said has been said. That's why I'm just like, well, what the hell is the point? I'm not going to play games. I mean, I'm looking for fucking results here. So hopefully that makes sense to you guys. And yeah, if you have any other questions, just post it on my fucking channel. I'll answer them for you. With that said, peace.